what it is, what it ain't. You already know it's Top Kid 100 going hard in the paint. The Real Fear TV, which you know you tuned into. Let's go, don't get it out the way. Now, we want to talk about Gervonta Tank Davis, man. We want to talk about Lamont Roach, man. Now, it's, very, real serious that I bring this to y'all, man. It's like, a lot of niggas ain't talking about it, man. Things got personal and things is getting real. So we got to sit back, and that's why the video is like it is, because we got to sit up here and show y'all this, you know. It's like you see what Lamont Roach is doing. He waking up 6 in the morning, you know what I'm saying? Doing an hour and some change worth of training, you know what I mean? Damn near every day. You know what I mean? Real focus. We seeing how the fight went. You know what I'm saying? It was a tie. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people felt like, you know what I'm saying, they robbed Roach. You see what I'm saying? And, a lot of people feel like Tank won. So it's like, man, this is what make this the best matchup of this generation right now. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, we got two young guys that's coming up in rank, man. You know what I'm saying? Lamont Roach only got, I think, one loss. You see what I'm saying? And then he got the tie with him and Tank. So losses doesn't make you any less of a boxer. You know what I'm saying? I want to put that out there for the new school boxers, man, that's, scared to, get rid of that O. You know what I'm saying? Some of the best had L's. You see what I'm saying? My favorite boxer is Zab Judah. You see what I'm saying? I like Zeb Judah. I like the Keith Thurmans. I like the Sean Porters. I like the Danny Garcias. I like the Ryan Garcias. I like the T Buds. I like everybody y'all like. And I like some people from back when. You know what I'm saying? I go back with the boxing thing. And it's like Lamont Roach is showing so much, I like, it's like you gotta be disciplined. When you doing this, Tank, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people feel like he party a lot. And a lot of people feel like that, he was the second coming of Mike Tyson and stuff like that. When you study the fight on how it went, you seen somebody that was a little bit more sharper in their craft that night. When you talk about Lamont Roach, you see what I'm saying? He surprised everybody. Everybody counted them out. You know what I'm saying? Now, why people say this is a D.C. Baltimore rivalry thing, you know what I'm saying? You know how that go. You know what I'm saying? D.C. people really don't, you know what I mean, get down with ball. And then some people were bad to differ that, you know what I'm saying, that they mess with them and that. But there always been some type of rivalry with boxing and anything you do when it come to Baltimore and it come to D.C. You know what I mean? Them in particular. You know what I'm saying? Don't get Maryland twisted up in none of that. You see what I'm saying? So when we talk about DMV, we talking about, you know what I mean, we talking about the counties around. Like, you got Maryland, PG County, all that, all. Look, man, you know what I'm saying? We talking about real rivalries in sports, man. You know what I'm saying? So you got one side rooting for one. You got the other side rooting for, so it got personal. You know what I'm saying? Now you got Tank out here talking about, people addresses and where they stay, and Lamont Roach, you know what I mean? He going back and forth, and we here to show y'all the back and forth. You know what I'm saying? But how the fight ended up, a lot of people is ready for this next fight, and everybody's suiting up. This is why you see Lamont Roach going inside his bag for an hour and some change training. You got Tank doing, you know what I mean, hours of training, I'm sure. You know what I mean? At this point, because now Tank has taken this, you know what I mean, a little personal. You know what I'm saying? Because Lamont Roach, he pits at Tank Davis as well. You know what I'm saying? And this is the type of fighter that, I don't think Tank is used to. So when we talk about, any type of people that's going to do this thing, where we talk about, boxing, we talking about people that's supposed to be dedicated, man. You know what I mean? The fans is really getting into it and pumping it on Twitter as well. But this is getting personal. It's getting to the point where, you know what I mean, we don't know if it's going to be some ratchet play, you know what I'm saying, type time. Because, we speaking on people, you know what I mean, children and all of that stuff like that. So it's like, you got to think about it, man. You got to sit back and really gauge on where these two people come from in their background. Tank Davis being from where he from, and Lamont Roach being from where he from. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, y'all can't never get it twisted to think that when certain podcasters and you got certain people that's up there, commentating and stuff like that, when they pass their judgment, they passing their judgment on what they see at the moment. You know what I mean? Some of them probably don't dig in these people's background. So this what make this so serious, and what turns this so serious. And this what gonna make us see a different Rumble. You know what I mean? A lot of people counted Tank out, you know what I mean, at night and stuff like that. I never counted them out, you know what I'm saying? I was actually going for Tank, you know what I mean? And I felt like, you know what I mean, Lamont Roach, you know what I'm saying, he edged him. That's how I felt, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm standing on. You know, he met his match. Everybody got somebody that got your card, man. And it ain't nothing you could do about it sometime. You know, and I feel like Lamont Roach got Tank Davis' card. Now, I don't care about nobody getting in their feelings, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Gervonta Tank Davis fan, you know what I'm saying? I want him to win every fight and this one. It's just that when the second one happened, you know what I'm saying? It's something like the Deontay Wilder and the Tyson Fury thing. You know what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder went up on this run, you know what I'm saying, doing whatever he doing, you know what I mean, showing that right hand power. And then he bumped into Tyson Fury, you know what I'm saying? I felt like they kind of, you know what I mean, jerked him out the title and the win for the first time. You can't wake up on 11. Come on, man. The man counted up to 10, and then come on, bro. That it was delayed. The man really, you know what I'm saying, Tyson Fury, he was up out the way the first time. But what had happened was when the second time went around, he wasn't as confident, and that's why the second time happened. And it's like when they lose that focus and they lose that zone, all it take is one L for some people to lose that zone. And a lot of people don't understand that Tank Davis got this thing inside his mind. This is what he breathed, this is what he lived. This could be the next best thing to Mayweather mixed with Tyson that we got. You know what I mean? He just got to overcome this hump. You know what I'm saying? Although I will be going for Roach on the next one. You know what I'm saying? That's who I'm putting my money on. You know what I'm saying? For any of you niggas that think different, you know what I'm saying? It's just judged off of dedication and confidence to me. I'm out.